Blake. What's your reaction to today's news?
It's kind of no, I mean, I won't lie. It's not. It's kind of sad. I just rewind 4 years ago, and the excitement when we drafted Patty, and kind of the steps our organization has taken the last 4 years, and he's a big part of that. So yeah, it's disappointing to be having this conversation, but it's the nature of pro sports, and for our organization, we move forward.
We'll go next to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, Blake. I was wondering if you could give us your thoughts on Pierre-Luc Dubois and what you feel your team's depth down the middle looks like after acquiring him.
Yeah, he really is a tremendous centerman. Certainly over the last couple of years, he's developed into a very dynamic, powerful player down the middle. That's kind of how you build teams to have success in the playoffs. You got to have depth down the middle, and you look at our center iceman, and it's a pretty good start. So definitely excited about what he brings to our team, and just watching him, playing against him, incredibly dynamic player that we just added to our team.
Go next to Kelly Moore from CJOB. Go ahead, Kelly.
Thanks, Gregor. Blake, just to go back to this deal with both Jack and Patrik moving on to Columbus, was this something that the guys inside the room were aware of, and so there might not have been the shock factor that, say, something that hadn't been out there for a while might have caused?
No, I mean, we're employees, and it's obviously that's Chevy's job, and we worry about the play on the ice. Our schedule is heating up here, and we've had quite a few games the last few days, and we got quite a few more to look forward to. So I think most of us were just resting yesterday and spending time with family if you have family, and so that I don't want to say caught us all by surprise, but it wasn't something that there was a ton of conversation or attention paid to really until it happened this morning.
We'll go next to Jason Bell from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jason.
Hey, Blake, thanks for doing this. Blake, it's no secret you set a really high example with the organization, but I do recall before the 1920 season, you did say things about maybe questioning your approach and how you handled some leadership, and maybe you were soul searching a little bit on things like that. I'm just wondering, direct question, do you have any regrets on how maybe you handled your relationship at all with Patrik over the years?
Well, I appreciate you being direct. I do, yeah, for sure I do, because I think you don't sit in this situation and have teammates moving on to different places and not recoup and recap and recount all the steps taken and how you handled everything. I think as a veteran player and the captain of this team, first and foremost, my responsibility isn't to Patrik Laine or any one player; it's to our entire team. And I try to do that with how I prepare myself, how I approach the game, and ultimately how I compete on the ice. So I try to set it at an incredibly high standard in doing so. I do that personally for how I need to play to be the player I need to be for this team, and it'll also be that way for my teammates because I get a lot of ice time, and it's my responsibility to perform every night. So if I have any regrets, my regrets would be some of the frustrations that took place over the years. I've always had a real positive relationship with Patty. Every time we've communicated, it's been nothing but positive. never any fighting, never any yelling at each other. More so just, you know, a player in his mid-30s has 20/20 vision looking in the past. You know, as a young player, I certainly had a lot of habits and things I needed to overcome. And so maybe, you know, I could have communicated a little bit better instead of just getting frustrated. That would be the extent of it. You know, never once was I hard on Patty. Far from it. You know, if anything, you know, I was very respectful and coddled you know, a teenager and a young 20-year-old. So I don't regret that, but I sometimes I wish, you know, instead of, you know, I guess my instinct is to get frustrated and maybe not say anything. Whereas, you know, maybe if I could have communicated better, you know, maybe it would have made things better. But ultimately, I don't think that would have happened.
And just a couple more. We'll go next to Brian Munns from TSN 1290. Go ahead, Munns.
Blake, when you think of Patrick's time on the ice, anything specifically that when you think of him will jump out to you first and foremost? Games or situations?
Oh, I mean, the young man who almost, you know, won the scoring title, you know, the goal scoring title, and a lot of good memories. You know, we connected on a lot of big goals. I mean, you know, I tried to give him the puck on the power play every chance we got. You know, he's a guy that he's a very powerful guy. You know, and I think he's starting to tap into that a little bit. And so, you know, I'll have nothing but good memories of the time spent on the ice with Patty and some of the things you know, some of the steps we were able to take as a team and an organization. They all included, you know, his time here. And so, yeah, all real positive memories.
And last question to Sarah Lesky from TSN. Go ahead, Sarah.
I'm just wondering whether or not you've reached out to Patrik or had the chance to communicate with him since the news came down.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's here.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know if he was in the building and the news had come down, or if he was not here, given his current status. So just wondering if you had the chance to communicate.
Yeah, no, I talked to him, and I mean, nothing extravagant was said, but you know, keep our conversation private. But you know, it's not something. There weren't any smiles, put it that way. I think we were both sad that we're at this point, and but you know, he has nothing but a fan in me, you know, and that was kind of the gist of it. Was I will don't hesitate to reach out, don't hesitate to call, you know, not that I know everything or anything for that matter, but you know, always willing and able and looking to help you, and I'll be cheering for him. There's no doubt about that.